Good afternoon. This is Victor Jimenez with Sewerline Check Professionals. I'm here at 1231 and 1233 17th Street in Santa Monica, and I'm in the process of performing a video examination of the main sewer line. The main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping which is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drainline system to the public sewer. The building drainline system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping which are underneath or interior to the structures. Today's video examination does not focus on the building drainline systems, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drainline systems, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drainline video examination can be set up through our office. Alright, so I've accessed today's main sewer line from a 4-inch main sewer line cleanout, and 1231 and 1233 are essentially two separate structures. 1233 we have is the triplex in the back, and 1231 is the building in the front. So the way that the line runs is the line runs out of 1231, connects into 1233, and then heads out towards an alleyway in the back that's behind 1233. So the access point that we found today serves as the main sewer line cleanout for 1231, although it's located basically right next to 1233. So this was the main cleanout servicing basically the single unit house in the front. We've placed essentially the line runs in or under the concrete in a patio-like area that separates 1231 and 1233. So the line runs through the patio and it actually connects into the building drainline system of 1233, the triplex in the back, and then it heads out outside of the garage area on 1233 and then into the public sewer in the center of the alley there. So we're going to be coming from this alley connection here back up to the cleanout that we chose today, and commenting on the different conditions and the materials as we come along. Now, pulling away from public sewer, we are in a section of vitrified clay. Now, vitrified clay is a very common material for main sewer lines. It has a long service life expectancy. However, it is more susceptible to damage during earthquakes and seismic activity, and it also has a tendency to let in roots at the joint areas. So we did see a couple sections here which did have some roots coming in. Nothing too significant on the roots. And in this later section of the line, we don't see any breaks or cracks, which is good. And a few feet here, we'll be connecting into right here. Okay, so right here at 75 feet, we're connecting into the building drainline system of the triplex unit. So this is essentially running out through the garage, and then it's running under one of the units. Do have a little bit of water just to help wash out some of the debris that we're passing through. It's there from 75 feet, and then I'll denote the second location when we actually exit the building. Now, this section of original cast iron. Cast iron is a material which typically has a service life anywhere between 70 to 80 years on average. Now,
hey man, how you doing?
Typically, the line will last that long. Sometimes it can last longer, sometimes it doesn't last as long. The pipe material that we're looking at here, essentially what we're running into is, we do have some rust and scale buildup. The line is experiencing some issues in terms of aging, but there's nothing that's notably broken or cracked in this pipe. So it's just something to keep in mind that it is an older material, it is a weak point in the system, but it's not something that would create a large issue in terms of immediately. The line will continue to deteriorate and eventually get worse, but currently with what we're looking at here, the line's in acceptable condition, although it is old. More replacement should be considered for the future. It's not something that's necessary on an immediate basis. Alright, now here, 34 feet, 33 feet, we're pulling out of that building, and now we're running along the patio, and this is going to basically be connecting back to the single-family house in the front. What we're looking at here is a section of vitrified clay. And again, vitrified clay, common material, higher likelihood of damage, cracking, and breaking. Now, the section right ahead here, you see those three circles. Those are actually cracks. One of those is not a crack, but the second two are cracks in that line, which means that they're going to need to be replaced. I've gone ahead and marked out that location with a little bit of green marking paint. It's basically in front of the door to 1231 1233B. So first level unit. If you look at there's the door, there's a small concrete patio thing, and then right at the right corner of that, the line's basically entering the building right there. And that section, this is where it's broken. It's about 2 feet deep, so they will have to cut into some of the concrete to get into this section, but not a massive repair. So now we're essentially passing through some more section of the vitrified clay. You can see there we got some roots in that section. Now, one thing that we're running into in this line is that here at about 27 feet this begins, a new pipe was laid down, and if you look in the patio area, there's a section of concrete, which is basically a new section of concrete, so you can see where they actually trenched the line. And they didn't give it enough slope, so what's happening here is that the line's pretty much anywhere from halfway to a little more than 3/4 of the way full of water at any given time when you have water running. This can create an issue with having backups be a little bit more common or a little bit easier with the missloping. I'm going to actually go ahead and turn off the water now that I have running, just to so you can get an idea of where the water ends up landing after all the water's been turned off. Oh, I hate this area. Parking. Alright, so I've gone ahead and turned off the water. We're going to keep coming back. Now, this is one of those circumstances where it might not be causing any kind of immediate issue, but having a pipe this full of water basically means that you're going to have pretty regular, or potentially pretty regular issues with the sewer line. We shouldn't be seeing this much water. You can see there's debris floating around in here. It's because debris is essentially getting trapped up in the pipe. And there we have about a 7-foot section of it. So this is going to need to be repaired now. It wasn't entirely clear there because the water was a little bit murky, but up ahead, it looks like about 4 feet. The line actually converts into a section of ABS plastic, so an upgrade was done to the system in order to, let's see if we can find that connection. Pushing forward, back a little bit, just to see if we can, yeah, unfortunately the water's a little bit too cloudy to be able to really tell where the line converts. Now, the plastic pipes are an excellent material for main sewer lines. They have a long service life expectancy. They also have a smooth inner surface, so things tend to wash out fairly easily. And lastly, they're intended to be impervious to root intrusions. So overall, they're a pretty superior pipe material for main sewer lines. Now we're going back into an original section of the vitrified clay. We've got a little bit of roots built up there. And this section here, we're going back into original cast iron, and we're going to be pulling out of the cleanout that we started from. This section is pretty heavily root and treated. This is going to need to be cleared out. Got another few feet here. Alright, now, so the cleanup that we chose to use today, this access point right here, and this service is basically 1, 2, 3, 3, and then I'll show you 1, 2, 3, 1, it's up ahead, basically right on the other side of this wall, and this is the only access point for that main building. So you see 1, 2, 3, 1, it's right over there, pipes coming out here. Now you can see there that concrete patch next to this section right here, that lighter concrete. So they actually cut up this section of concrete and it runs all the way out into that patio area. So they did work to replace that. That's where that newer plastic pipe is coming in. But they essentially missloped it. They didn't give it enough slope, so you have sections that are basically bellying out. Now basically 123BB, or 1233B, that door right over there, the one where my finger's at. So you can see a little bit of yellow bit on the ground right there. That's where the break in the clay pipe is. So that's where that's going to need to get fixed. Okay, so with that, I'm going to be wrapping up the video portion of the examination for today. Once again, this is Victor Jimenez with Sewer Line Check Professionals. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.